Welcome to the ARTyRV channel. Today we're going to be talking about slag glass lamps, bent panel lamps, how to identify the markings, and how to repair, replace the panel, clean the lamps, and bring them back to their beautiful glory.
Wow, Barb, that's a lot. Let's get started.
Okay, this is a great example of a slag glass lamp. They usually have ornate bases of metal, and typically these fancy designs, floral motifs. This is
And very fancy bases on these lamps, too.
This is a pretty one here with a very unusual top.
Never seen a base like that before.
Most of the time you're going to find the markings on the bottom of the base.
And
this is a Miller Lamp Company base. I don't know who this marking is for. If anyone out there knows who that is for.
Now this is a...
Royal.
This is a Royal Glassworks, Royal Art Glass, New York, 1914, y'all. 1914. Now Barbara's cleaning the lamp that goes on that base, and that's it. Photograph of it right there. And you know what? Here's the thing. I want you to look at this photograph because some of these panels have been replaced with new glass, and two of them are slag glass. So just take a look at it and choose yourself which one you think is the slag glass.
So first thing you're going to want to do when you get these slag glass lamps is carefully turn them upside down and check the points. A lot of times the points are missing, so you want to make a note of that.
Well, these pins, or these copper points as Barbara calls them, these points are what hold the glass to the panel itself, and it's just a very simple design that is way fragile, y'all. So be very careful. When you're removing the panels, only bend the pin, not the whole piece, because once or twice back, that stabilizer where those two pins are attached, one for the right, one for the left, will actually just pop right off of there. And getting it back on is a pain, huh, Barb?
Oh, yes. And so you want to be very... You know how metal is thin metal? If you keep working it back and forth, you can break it yourself. That's what these pins will do.
Yeah, so be careful with them. Only bend them as far as you need them. And, Barbara just was showing you should use a plastic fid. Metal and glass, screwdrivers and glass, anything metal against glass, you're going to take a chance on breaking it. And we don't want to see you do that while you're just trying to clean a lamp up for your customer. Remember, no good deed goes unpunished.
Okay, now that lamp that you just saw, that was a piece of glass that was put in about 25 years ago. So this lamp had been repaired about 25 years ago. Apparently they couldn't find the glass that matched it good, so they found a glass that was comparable.
So Barb, do you like using that plastic fid when you're working on these lamps?
That's the best thing. I had thought about a screwdriver, and then I thought twice, no, I don't want to use metal against glass.
No.
If it slips,
it'll chip it, oyster
it,
crack it.
Yeah, it is very dirty.
Look at it. It's 100-year-olds worth of dirt on that thing. Look at that.
100 years of dust.
Yeah.
So you want to take out one panel at a time. Well, one section at a time. Move on to the next section. It seems like the long, hard road there, but it's the best way to do it.
Yeah, if you try to remove all of the panels at one time, clean them and put them all back, it's not going to go back together the way it sounds easier than it really is, as Barbara puts it.
Chances are it's not going to go exactly as you planned. So, one at a time works the best.
Yeah.
And very gently put those back together, and before you start on the other one, make sure they're in there.
Yeah, and the glass, we all know the glass is fragile, but it's not as fragile as you think. However, using the plastic fid will almost eliminate breakage for you because of chipping or grabbing. Now look at this. Wow, I was amazed. Barb told me to come take a look at this. That looks like an etching, and it's dust. 100 years of dust, y'all. 100 years.
100 years of dust. So you want to take a small brush and clean that interior frame before you put the panel back in. I don't clean it with anything else besides a small besides a little brush.
And the same way on the outside. I believe Barb just cleans the outside. All those little crooks and crannies in that cast metal on the outside can be cleaned with just a stiff brush. You don't need to put chemicals on it, because I'm going to tell you, you don't know what's going to happen to the finish.
And you want to leave that natural patina of the metal
Of the pot
over
metal,
time. Because it was made to look like that. It wasn't made to be shiny and bright.
Nope.
It was made to look like aged
Pewter.
pewter.
Yeah, aged
So
pewter.
that's why it's that color,
And
not
it's-
because it's dirty.
It's very fragile. That metal, or that pot metal around that lamp, is very fragile.
Yeah, you won't find replacement parts for
No,
that.
and I have had to repair some of those panels that are what I ended up doing was actually using a 2-part epoxy and then mixing up paint to make the same color as the shade in order to cover up the epoxy. I mean, I've had to do a lot of different things. These lamps are so beautiful, y'all. And one of the bases that we showed you in the beginning of this video is $450. From 1914, a Royal lamp base is $450.
So these bent panel lamps usually range in price from $200 up to about $2,500 online at auction. Now you will find them a lot more money. I think the second one in the video, I think it's about $4,000.
That's the one with the...
But that's a premier slag.
I'm sorry, Barb.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that those premier slag glass lamps have glass in the bottom and a light in the bottom. And then they have usually a couple different colors of glass. Green glass and blue glass was a very popular glass in these lamps.
Did I tell you all the names of the companies?
I don't
Did
think
I tell
so.
them
I
the
don't
names?
think we told them.
Empire Lamp Company, Miller Lamp Company, Raynaud Company, Bradley and Hubbard, and that right there is a slag glass lamp.
That is a real piece of slag glass,
That's a
y'all.
real piece. Glass workers threw metal
Oh, from the casting.
into the
Wow.
glass
Okay.
batch, and that's how they made this bubbly kind of glass that looks kind
Okay.
of like stone, actually.
So we were able to match this glass similar, and go ahead. I'm sorry. So we made some panels for it.
Yeah, we sure did. We made some panels for it.
Now this is a job that we did. The panel on the left is an original slag glass, and the panel on the right is the new panel that we installed in that lamp.
And then you can see the lamp. Okay, this is the Bradley and Hubbard 1910 that we restored.
Okay. We just
So you want to tell us what's going on here?
Well, we actually have made the panel, the pattern for the lamp shade for the panel. And then, you know, this glass, y'all, I can't remember if it's a Kokomo 13 or a Wismac 55, but they both make a similar glass, and it is that limey green and amber. And if you've seen lamps in antique shops and stuff, you'll know that that glass was really popular inside of these particular lamps. So we were able to match the glass identical, and then I believe we built 5 panels to restore that lamp, and it turned out really pretty, and the customer was happy, and that's the main thing. So you can see, this is our mold material that we use, and you can see there's holes drilled in the top of it, and that allows the air, when the panel is slumping, it allows the air to be pushed out so it folds down evenly all the way around the entire mold.
So you had 4 panels that you had to make for that. And what was that, an 8-panel lamp?
That was an 8-panel lamp, yeah, so we had
And
4 panels to make.
4 of the green and amber, and then the other, was it 2 sections, so it was 16 panels?
Yes.
Okay, so the other panels weren't affected,
No,
just the big ones?
just the big ones, yeah.
That was a
Yeah,
pretty-
so it had the main body, the panel, and then it had a skirt on it.
Right.
And so the skirt was flat panels.
Okay, so this right here is one of the panels that,
Not for that lamp, but it's for another one. This is the panel that has been glazed to keep it from divertifying, and then that's the mold for the Bradley lamp. Yes, Bradley and Hubbard. Is that what you said?
Bradley and Hubbard, 1910.
Okay.
So this is a picture of the a lamp panel.
Sure, Barb. So in order for us to make a panel to fix a lamp for you, we need 2 things. We either need a full panel, a complete panel of that belongs in the lamp. Now, if you don't have a complete panel, or you do have a complete panel and it's broken, just send us those pieces. We'll get it put back together, and then we'll be able to make your mold from there. If you don't have any panels at all, but you do have just the frame, guess what? We need the frame, and we can make a mold from that. It takes a little bit longer. Here at Conway Glass, we make the panels for you, and we'll send them back to you so that you can install them in your customers' lamps. It's kind of a process, and we're happy to be able to do it. Give us a call for a quote or send us an email, and we'll be happy to give you a quote on your panels.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe
And give us a thumbs up.
and come back and see us. We've got lots more videos to share with you. And thank you for visiting the ARTyRV channel.
And remember, Monday is Glass Night here at the ARTyRV channel. Join us at 7 p.m. live every Monday night for a Q&A here at the ARTyRV channel. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
And we're the Streeter.
Thank you.